So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. No, I don't. Black people, please help me. We gotta stop doing this shit. Memes are not facts or data or information. In fact, many of them are misleading and they're all out lies. Now, I didn't do the video about the First Lady, Tanya McDonald. I didn't really pay attention to that story. But I did do extensive videos years ago about the Kelly Williams Bollard situation. But I simply looked and did a Google search and see, well, what was up with this McDonald lady? What had happened? The media, you see your black friends all over Facebook and Twitter saying, injustices and racism and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you got to tell a full story. Everybody talking about she got 5 years for sending her kid to using the wrong address, which is illegal. It's wrong. It's not your environment. You don't pay taxes there. You can't send your kids to school there. That's how the system works. If you don't like that system, change it by voting and try to figure something out. Or you could do what most people do, and they go to send their kids to charter schools or private schools, or they get vouchers. But you overwhelmingly vote for Democrats who are against all those things. Yeah, I said it. Flashback. A real reason why the monkey it up dude, the Sanchez, beat Gullum was because Gullum, like most Democrats, are anti-school choice. And 18% of black women voted for the guy who said monkey it up because school choice is important to black women. However, the Democrats that y'all vote for whatever reason, y'all haven't pushed them to make them support it as well. I don't get that shit. But yes, there are options to send your kids to schools that they don't live in that zip code. Charter schools, vouchers, private schools. Not a part of the Democratic Party, which 95% of you are going to vote for. So I don't know what you do about that. But other than that, if you don't like the system and you don't like the fact that neighborhoods and businesses and people who got money get together in the community, and then some politicians takes that money from that group of people and say we're going to put it into the schools, and it turns out that amount of money is larger than what happens in our communities. Again, if you don't like it, find a way to fix it and change it. But don't just say it's not fair, it's not right, and I'm going to go break the law and do what I want to do anyways, and then act like the victim. No, you did that shit. And all these women did that shit. Now, Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, I think they should get the full extent of the law. But they got bread. They got money. So they're going to fight the case and they're going to probably get reduced sentences. And we saw that Felicity got 14 days. I don't know about Lori, what she got to get. But Felicity got 14 days, some community service, and she had to give back some money. I think they should have, since they didn't give her a lot of jail time, they should have hit her pockets even more. What all they did is wrong. But what Felicity and them did, it like displaced kids that could have gone to those schools, right? It moved people who actually could have got athletic scholarships and whatnot. Like, it's a scam. It's dirt. It's grimy. So I believe that they did was wrong and they should get in trouble. Likewise, Miss Bowler and McDonald should have the same fate. The Kelly situation was different, right? Because I read up on her story, and I'll link the video that I did years ago, and I broke it down. I got all the juiciness on some lovely T.I. shit. I had the tea. Nobody watched it, though. But oh well, I did my research. But basically, her father was a crook, and so was her sister. They were running all types of scams and doing all types of crazy things. This woman decided to lie about being in the military. She lied about a way to get reduced lunch. She did a bunch of stuff, signed documents, government papers, which I'm sure a lot of people do. Right? Now, don't get it twisted. What Kelly did and what McDonald did, I know a lot of people who do that. I would do it if I had to. But if I got caught, I would admit guilt and fall back. But what Miss Kelly did was she tried to beat the case. And that's another thing that I don't think like my people understand. That if you reject the plea deal or you reject admitting guilt and walking away, because 100 other people got caught just like her. She wasn't the only one that got caught that day. 100 other people got caught with her, and they either paid the money back what they stole, because that's what you're doing, you're stealing, or they prove that they lived in that district, or they just fall back and they got walked away. But what she did, she tried to fight the case and beat the case, and whoever was in that jurisdiction and was in charge, they say, you know what, we're going to throw the book at her. So they hired private investigators, and they went in on her because she didn't want to just fall back and take the L and admit that she was wrong. But you know the funny thing about Miss Kelly Williams is that she has 2 daughters, and the other daughter, guess what she did? She sent her to a charter school in another district, and she was able to circumvent all the drama. And another thing that's crazy about Miss Bullard's situation is she could have just simply let her daughter live with her grandfather, and this wouldn't have been an issue at all. It would have been no media outrage and all this nonsense that you seeing a woman just trying to protect her kids. You seen the headlines in the news. Like, no, bitch, you was trying to be grimy and scamming. And look, there's recordings of her father and her sister scamming and talking about how to do things while he was locked up. He died in jail because he was a scammer. That's their family. The media doesn't talk about any of that stuff. Any of those juicy details, they left it out. It was just the sob stories. McDonald, she allegedly was accused of selling drugs and being a pimp, prostituting women. The media ain't talking about that part. That was part of her prison. While she was out on bond from sending her kid to the wrong school, she got arrested for selling drugs, undercover cops, and trying to sell police officers prostitutes. Again, where's that information at in the media? Where's that put up in these memes that these chicks did? Huh? Let's stop doing this nonsense. Let's stop taking away from real situations that do matter. We can prove with facts and say, yo, this was an inequality. This was based on race. Let's not just pick and choose these situations based off our feelings and emotion because it sounds good. Nah, that backfires in the long run because then people don't believe you. Like the chick who set herself on fire and said it was a bunch of white supremacists, or like Jesse Smollett who had put some bleach on his Subway and put a noose around his neck. They already don't believe us. But then we rally around and get behind shit that's wrong and we look stupid like Al Sharpton and Tawana Brawley. Yeah. You wonder why men don't have knee-jerk reactions, black men, to defend some of y'all fuckery, because y'all be lying. But anyways, that's just my thoughts. I think that Lori and Felicity should go to jail or do time or do whatever. They were wrong. They took space for kids. But what Kelly and McDonald did is no different. And they have less money, but they did have the media and the sob story help them out. Now, Kelly had a 10-day sentence and a couple hours in community service, but she also lost her ability to become a teacher because she had a felony. But the governor of Ohio pardoned her, so that went away. So what are we really making an argument about? Felicity got 14 days and some money, and she Gucci. Kelly got 10 days and some community service, no money, and then that shit all got thrown out of the way because she got the VJJ card, the sympathy card. I don't know, people. We got to stop being emotional about memes. It reminds me of the Melissa Alexander situation. I was talking to a young lady, and I'm like, yo, you know she, like, was wrong. She shouldn't have been in the house, and she shot a gun. And there's black people logic. You know, they don't understand there's no such thing as a warning shot. You can't just go out. Like, even though Joe Biden told you to do that on national TV, don't do that. That's not legit. There's no such thing. But I'm telling the sisters, like, yo, you know, like, here's the information, here's the documents, here's the court cases. He had a restraining order against her, blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, I don't know. I'm going to do my own, blah, you know. Then, like, when they let her out, because she get the JJ pass too, also remember, she could have got a plea deal, but she chose to fight the case, and she lost. And that's why she got time. Because she tried to beat the case, and she didn't win. But the sisters, like, really, like, with all the information, with all the facts, with all the documents, it's like, well, I don't know. I'm going to just go with the fact that she shouldn't be in jail. Okay. All right. Black Authority did an amazing video breaking down the court case and going through it thoroughly. Still not enough information for her. She still saw her as a victim. Again, media, when pushing that story, they didn't tell the whole story, both sides, and what she did wrong and how she shouldn't have been in the house in the first place, and the whole scenario of her being married. He was a side dude. She had a baby by some other dude, and she was at that house and bringing kids over. All that drama, none of that was in the media, in the sob story. It was discussed, but y'all believed it. Instead of doing the research, we were lazy and just saw, oh, that's injustice and it looks bad, and it's a black woman getting hurt by the system. So let's just go get on her bandwagon. No, take your time. Go read some of these court cases. All this shit is public information. Then have an educated guess after you do your research. Don't just jump on a meme and start running with folks. It makes us look silly as a people. My rant for the day. I'm done.